Just text to get light bulbs changed and the landlords will even sub you £50 to have a party. Inside London's new twodios - the halls of residence-style communal homes for cash-strapped millennials. Residents in the 550-room 11-story tower pay £1,100 a month for a twodio, a private room with shared kitchen. In return they get a cleaner, linen changes and use of communal spa, library, cinema, games room and dining rooms. New residents excited about starting a new life are moving in from today, even though it's still not finished. London's housing crisis is said to be discouraging young professionals from moving to work in the capital. New scheme hopes to offer graduates an alternative to flat sharing, as many don't want to share with strangers. The world's most luxurious commune has opened in London today and young professionals are already moving in. Residents in the 550-room 11-story tower pay £1,100 a month for a twodio, a 100 square feet private room and bathroom with a kitchen shared between two people. In return they get no bills and a cleaner, linen changes, and access to a rooftop terrace, library, games room, spa, sauna, cinema and other shared attractions in Willesden, North London. Staff are summoned to carry out menial tasks like changing light bulbs by text, and management will even donate £50 towards parties in communal areas as long as it benefits the development's other residents. Items like film projectors, music equipment and TVs in communal areas are there on trust, meaning that if they are stolen or broken they will not be replaced unless the culprit is caught and pays up. One resident told Mail Online that all people need to get for themselves is food and toilet roll. Others say they are interested to see if everyone will get along when sharing so much space. Guests can stay for a maximum of 2 weeks before they will face a £30 a night charge. The scheme, from housing company The Collective, is being billed as the world's largest co-living scheme and resembles a luxurious university halls of residence. The block, in Willesden, northwest London, is still being completed, but the first residents were welcomed in on Sunday and more moved in today. Joanna, 30, is one of the 3 live-in community managers at the complex and has played a large part in the decoration and organization of the building. She said, "I came to the company because I believe in the co-living concept and I felt the need. I believe it is the future of living for young people. I think there needs to be that step between graduating and starting real life. The facilities are amazing, they are all new, you get so much included. All the spaces are yours. We are targeting people who believe in the concept. We have around 20 people and staff. The first people moved in yesterday, so last night we had a party. It was a relaxing time." The building is currently still being developed, so some of the floors are still a building site, but this hasn't put off the first few tenants who are looking forward to when the building is finished. Every floor has themed community kitchens decorated like restaurants, including a French bistro and an English gastro pub. In fact, the whole building, which is targeted at people aged 21 to 35, resembles a cross between student halls and a luxury hotel. Because the emphasis is on trust, anyone can come and go, use the kitchen utensils and cinema room, even the DJ decks. Miss Bacher said, "You get the same social support as you would at university, but we trust people. You don't have to sign in and out or anything. The trust element is very important for the company." Joanna added that many people have chosen to live in the complex because they had had previous bad experiences with renting issues and bad living situations. She said, "I had my laptop stolen. I was living in a warehouse and I went to live there because I wanted the sort of social side of shared living which I got, but it was so horrible. It was really cold and the walls were so thin. But what I did like was a support system of people." Here, Joanna isn't worried about theft and vandalism. She said, "We meet all people before they move in and we think the people that move here agree with the concept. Now people are adults, the onus is on them to clean up after themselves and respect the building. They can use the DJ decks, They can use the cinema and they don't have to sign anything out before use. But they know if it gets broken, it won't be replaced. Like Joanna, Rita Santos, 26, moved into the building because of a bad experience living in a flat share. The digital designer moved to London from Portugal to do a master's and stayed ever since. But after moving out of student halls, she really struggled to find a good living arrangement. She said, "I went to rent a flat with a friend but it didn't work out." She then moved to another shared place and added, "I was having some second thoughts about where I was living, so I started looking for a new place and it was so hectic. This was perfect and so far I'm happy with it." Rita has moved into one of the twodios. She has her own bedroom and pocket-sized bathroom but shares a kitchen with a flatmate. She said, "I'm sharing with a lovely girl so far I'm really happy. Everyone is really nice here, you don't feel alone. I'm foreign and here you feel looked after, it's safe and I have security. It's a community concept but at the same time I have my privacy and if I want to socialize I can, if I don't want to I don't have to." While for many, paying more £1,000 a month for a room not a lot larger than one double bed might be off-putting, Rita didn't think the rent was too steep. She said, "With other houses you have so many flatmates and you can't find places much cheaper than this anyway. The only difference is you have to share with way more people. Residents do get a lot for their money, and they can even have a light bulb replaced just by sending a quick text to the facilities team." Rita said, "Here they have thought through a solution for young professionals. I think I get value for money and not having to worry about bills and council tax. I just have to set up one standing order and not worry about anything. It's worth paying that much money because it's easier. I wanted a room and a bathroom of my own and in London that is just so hard to find and it's so expensive. For those who want to be sociable, the communal areas make a great space for a party, and the collective will even support this with £50, providing you can show them what the money will go towards. Guests are also welcome, if you can squeeze them into your room, but they must sign in at the front desk. If they stay more than 2 weeks though they'll be charged £30 a night and guest rooms for family and friends start at £30 a night with a shared bathroom. Communal areas are cleaned daily and rooms are cleaned fortnightly, and even your bed linen is changed by staff. In fact, as Joanna pointed out, the only real thing residents have to worry about buying themselves is food, and loo roll. Business development manager Eric Vonk moved into his studio last night and could not be happier. For him it is the perfect solution. He rents a studio flat and enjoys having a private bathroom and cooking area, which he wouldn't be able to get elsewhere for the same price. At 44, he is older than the collective's target market, but said as he works with startups, the communal living and working situation really works for him. He said, "I've been living in London for 10 years now and I've lived all over the world and all the time house prices have been going up. You realize after all that time your salary goes up but you're still sharing a bathroom with people, so it's nice being somewhere where you can have your own private space. When I was looking at flats, prices were still going up to the £1,000 mark and that was still with a shared bathroom. I travel a lot so for me this kind of thing makes perfect sense. When I first came to London I could get 2 pints for £5 but recently I tried to buy 2, got out a tenner and it wasn't enough, yet in that same amount of time obviously my salary hasn't doubled. People are getting priced out of London. In Berlin you have a cap on that sort of thing but here there are no controls. I work with people who have 3-hour commutes whereas here I'm only a 15-minute cycle to Notting Hill or half an hour to where I work near Oxford Circus." Regarding communal living and the shared space, Eric said that all the luxuries that come with it made it worthwhile. But he added he can understand why it wouldn't be attractive to some people and admitted it was a bit like being back at university. He said, "It's the combination of things, the ease of it all, the amenities. I trust people and in a sense you all belong to the same group of people. There's not a lot space, but that's the way we live now. Everything is digital, so I don't have loads of stuff. Despite this, he said he's wary about some of the communal areas in the building being opened up to the public and admits that the project is still in its very early stages. Everything's so new, so at the moment it is a bit eerie. I think the hardest part for the team will be building the community. Ed Thomas lives in the collective and is in charge of the community living side of the project. Although the building and the project are both in their early stages, he said they are all excited for what is to come. He said, "It's the first step in a long journey. We are all a young team and the whole team is living here. You can't really believe in something if you're not going to use it yourself. We have just opened, so some parts are still like a building site at the moment, but everything will be fully finished for the grand opening in September. There is value in this type of living for all different types of people, freelancers, students, people who have just moved from abroad. It's like a real-life social network." Tracy Eden, 30, moved into a twodio yesterday and was thrilled with it. Tracy, who works in communications, wanted a space to live where she had privacy after 6 years of horror stories renting in London. She said, "The worst was a landlord I had when I rented in Camden. I thought I had lucked out because it wasn't that expensive, but when I looked round he told me I didn't look like I sounded on the phone. I think he was actually really racist. I moved in, but after a year my flatmate moved out and he moved in her place. He left tea bags and peanut shells in the bathroom, and one time we came home and he was asleep in one of our rooms. He also soiled himself in our rooms, and with hindsight it was because he wanted us out. Then he accidentally included us in an email to our friend calling us all horrific nicknames, which was the final straw." Now, Tracy is relieved to be in a place which has everything she needs and with no added hassle. She said, "There is so much space to play around and explore. I have just come back from a massage in the spa. The value for money was a big thing, and the fact that you're not stuck with annoying flatmates. I saw the whole place as a grown-up playground. Your room is a nice quiet place where you can chill, and there's also the library, which is an amazing space. You don't get that sort of option in your normal house share.